I love to fly. It's just you alone, you've peace and quiet, nothing around you but clear blue sky. No one to hassle you, no one to tell you where to go or what to do. The only bad part about flying is having to come back down to the fucking world. The only bad part about flying is having to come back down. It's having to come back down. The only bad part about flying is having to come back down. Time to come back down. The only bad part about flying. Time to come back down. I love to fly. It's just you alone, you've peace and quiet, nothing around you but clear blue sky.
Traditions of pagan sun god worship that were established in Babylon long before the Tower of Babel incident have been spread throughout the earth by the vestiges of Nimrod's religious system. Israel, as a nation, was chosen by the Almighty to be his representative, a kingdom of priests, to reconcile the world back to the worship of the one true God. But Israel ended up inventing its own religion with thousands of commandments added to the simple commandments of the Almighty, in spite of its explicit instructions that no one is ever allowed to add one single commandment to or subtract one single commandment from the word shouted down from Sinai by the lawgiver himself, the God of Israel.
Sariah worship with the hands outstretched arms are a very common feature of sun worship no matter where you go in the world. And when you look at the mysteries of how paganism has infiltrated Christianity, one of the most prominent features in Christianity today is the waving of the arms like this. Where else do you find it? In what else? You find it in sport events. Where else do you find it? You find it in rock events, yes, and charismatic, of course. In all these events, they have exactly the same movements, because this is a symbol of sun worship, the outstretched arms. Now, we've dealt with all of these individually, so I'm not going to repeat them.
Experts called it the most significant discovery since King Tut's tomb, the treasure of Nimrod.
While we were cleaning some of the rooms, we discovered that there are some indications for vaulting underneath the floor. We took everything out and we tried to sort it. and we discovered that we have here the bodies of at least 2 queens.
Solid gold bracelets still adorned their bones. A royal treasure, entombed more than 2,000 years ago. This remarkable footage, shot by Iraqi archaeologists, is an exclusive record of their extraordinary discoveries. For the very first time, the tomb of an Assyrian queen had been uncovered intact. The royal sepulchre still displayed a curse to protect its occupants. Ignoring the curse, archaeologists excavated more than 125 pounds of beautifully crafted jewelry, crystal goblets, and exquisite carvings. The ancient Assyrians were master goldsmiths and artisans. But the value of this treasure far exceeds its worth in gold.
What's up, G? Just chilling. My tiger.
Voluntary cuts have extended that voluntary cuts to end of 24. And I would have to call it the Saudi lollipop, which is 1 million barrel of reduction for the start that starts the 1st of July. And that million is also extendable.
think that people in the West don't appreciate how prepared and eager the Poles are to engage in radical reform. I went there and I discussed a very thorough and radical reorganization of the Polish economy, large-scale denationalization, and not only solidarity, but the government also endorsed this program. So the willingness is there.
Do you think the U.S. should back such a package of that magnitude this weekend?
I think the United States has to back a package of that magnitude, and I think the United States has to use its influence with at the G7 meeting in order to be able to not miss what is right now an historic opportunity.
In a strange way, the very bad condition of the Polish economy is an opportunity, because for instance, inflation, which in the Soviet Union and to some extent Hungary is still latent. In Poland, it's already there. So the economy is spinning out of control. The living standard is very low. So actually, the resources that would be needed to turn it around are actually quite modest.
Have no doubt in your mind who I am and what I stand for and whether I deserve it. So that's why I came back to St. Anselm's, and that's why I came back to Manchester, and that's why I came back to New Hampshire to tell all of you that I intend to seek the Republican nomination for President of the United States in 2024, and I want your support.
Uncertainty. Markets don't like uncertainty. Markets like actually totalitarian governments where you have a understanding of what's out there, and obviously the whole dimension is changing now with, as you said, a democratization of countries, and democracies are very messy, as we know in the United States. You have opinions changing back and forth.
You have a gentleman on the program with me here who knows more about solidarity than I'm going to ever know, but the fact, it seems to me, is that solidarity now has a stake in the outcome of the Polish economy and the outcome of the political process.
You're a student of the Polish economy as well as the Hungarian. What do you say to that?
It is really, as Senator Biden said, a historic opportunity because there's never been a successful economic reform program carried through in a centrally planned economy. And in Poland, the political will is now there. And in a strange way, the very bad condition of the Polish economy is an opportunity.